Federico Chiesa doesn't speak to Cristiano Ronaldo anymore, with valid reason. Federico Chiesa said that Cristiano Ronaldo is the most famous person in his phone book, but said he no longer speaks to the Portugal superstar as he doesn't want to disturb him. Chiesa played alongside Ronaldo at Juventus during the 2020-21 season, and the pair won the Coppa Italia together at the end of that campaign. Ronaldo left Juventus to return to Manchester United just after the start of the 2021-22 season, but he clearly left a lasting impression on Chiesa. In an interview with Sky Sports, Chiesa was asked for the identity of the most famous person in his phone book, and after naming Ronaldo, he said, "He's built like a statue, I have to say. Very good body, fantastic player, one of the greatest. It was a dream come true to play with him." Asked if he still speaks to Ronaldo, Chiesa quickly responded, No, I don't want to disturb him." In a comment that could well see Chiesa's number blocked in Ronaldo's phone, the Liverpool forward named Lionel Messi as the greatest player of all time. Recalling coming up against Messi while playing for Juventus in a Champions League game against Barcelona, Chiesa said, "It was my second Champions League game for Juventus, and we played against Barcelona at home. I played with Cristiano. It was just amazing playing with Cristiano as well. Two of the greats. I have to say in all honesty, Messi is the greatest player of all time." Chiesa also went on to say Barcelona's Lamine Yamal is currently the best winger in the world, ranking him ahead of teammate Mohamed Salah. Mo Salah, Lamine Yamal, Rafinha are the best wingers in the world, Chiesa said. "I would say Lamine is the best at the moment. The weird thing about Lamine is, for a player of his age, to be so precise and doing the right thing at the right moment. It's just unbelievable. He's a fantastic player. You can see technically, his dribbling, his skill is world-class, but his decision-making is what stands out the most, I guess. It's what makes him one of the best players in the world at the moment. Mo is a fantastic player. He's world-class. He showed that for several years now in the Premier League." Liverpool's stance on Ibrahima Konate contract talks as Real Madrid circles defender. While Liverpool is reportedly confident of tying Ibrahima Konate to a new contract, despite apparent interest from Real Madrid and Paris Saint-Germain. The French centre-back's current Anfield deal is due to expire at the end of the season, and he remains on the same terms he signed upon joining the Reds from RB Leipzig in 2021. Earlier this year, it was suggested that Konate was asking for a pay rise from $80,000, $105,000 per week to $200,000, $263,000 per week, and there has not been much progress in talks in recent months. However, L'Équipe is now reporting that Liverpool is confident of keeping hold of the 26-year-old, who has been Arne Slot's preferred partner for Virgil van Dijk throughout the Dutchman's time at Anfield. Konate does not give many interviews and has not spoken publicly about his future since May, when he talked about his goals with the club. "I know I have a lot of objectives with this club. To become a leader, to win everything," Konate told reporters after Liverpool won the league. "I am very happy here to be fair. This is another conversation with the club and my agent. We will see what will happen in the next few weeks, or I don't know when, but we will see. Let me say that." Are the talks progressing? "Not really, but my agent met the club last week, but I don't know what will happen. I cannot say what my agent said to me, but yeah, we will see what will happen." Konate is believed to have turned down several contract offers from the Reds, as he has not been happy with the terms offered to him. A few days ago, Liverpool legend Jamie Carragher told the Daily Mail that the Reds would be fine if Konate were to leave. "I'd like him to stay, but if he doesn't stay, Liverpool will sign someone else. Liverpool won't fall apart if Konate leaves. He's not Virgil van Dijk. He's a good centre-back who you hope will sign, but if he doesn't want to sign, Liverpool will be absolutely fine. He's a very good centre-back. He's a title winner at Liverpool. He's played in the Champions League final against Real Madrid. He's obviously a quality centre-back. It's not poor management if he goes for free. You can't physically make somebody sign a contract. Then it's your decision. Do you keep him to the length of his contract or do you sell him?" Two Zinedine Zidane favorites have already been allowed to leave Liverpool. Zinedine Zidane was the scourge of Liverpool in the Champions League on a couple of occasions during Jurgen Klopp's spell in charge of the Reds. The legendary former France playmaker spent 2 spells in charge of Real Madrid between 2016 and 2018, and 2019 and 2021, and got the better of Liverpool in both spells. Madrid beat Liverpool in the 2018 final, before knocking them out of the 2020-21 competition at the quarter-final stage with a 3-1 aggregate victory. It was ahead of that quarter-final that Zidane praised Liverpool's revered front three of Mohamed Salah, Roberto Firmino and Sadio Mane. "I think they're a complete team," Zidane said ahead of one of the legs. "Some might say their strength is their 3 forwards because they're very good. And that's true, but it's a very solid team as a whole. We know how good their forwards are and how clinical they are, so we need to watch them. But we need to watch everything." Of course, those comments came a few years ago, so it is little surprise that the front three is no longer together at Liverpool, with Mane and Firmino having moved on in 2022 and 2023 respectively. Firmino, Mane and Salah formed a formidable front line for a few years under Jurgen Klopp, with the trio dovetailing brilliantly as Liverpool won the Champions League and the Premier League in 2019 and 2020 respectively, while also reaching Champions League finals in 2018 and 2022. Mane was the first to leave, joining Bayern Munich in 2022, where he stayed for just 1 year before linking up with Cristiano Ronaldo at Al Nassr. Firmino departed a year later after being reduced to a bit-part player following the arrival of Darwin Núñez. The Brazilian is now also plying his trade in Saudi Arabia. The 34-year-old now plays for Al Sadd after originally moving to Saudi Arabia to play for Al Ahly, where he spent 2 seasons. Salah, of course, remains a key player for Liverpool, despite his relatively slow start to the season. The 33-year-old has 5 goals and 3 assists in 16 appearances in all competitions so far this term. That would be a respectable return for most other players, but he is some way off the pace he set last season, when he ended the campaign with 34 goals and 23 assists. Liverpool loanee uses Luis Diaz's experience to send warning to rest of the league. Lucas Stevenson has insisted he has no plans to return to Liverpool this season despite the Reds' defensive injury issues, while saying that his experience marking Luis Diaz means there's nobody he fears in the Scottish Premiership. The Academy graduate, who is yet to make a competitive appearance for Liverpool, spent last season on loan at Tannadice Park and returned again this summer despite playing a significant role for the Reds in pre-season. Stevenson featured in several summer matches, often deputizing in defense despite nominally operating in midfield. The 22-year-old has typically played in a right wing-back role this season at Dundee United, with the player's versatility among his greatest assets. At Liverpool, a lack of defensive options has been a recurring problem since Stevenson's move north of the border. Giovanni Leone played just 1 game before he sustained a season-ending injury against Southampton, while Jeremy Frimpong's injury woes have limited him to just 1 league start all season. Speaking in a recent interview, it was suggested to Stevenson that he could return to Liverpool in January and provide a solution to the team's selection issues. Members of Liverpool's loan management team were reportedly at Tynecastle Park on Sunday to watch Dundee United's 1-1 draw against Hearts, with Stevenson scoring a second-half equaliser against the league leaders, and he revealed post-match that he has no plans to head back to Merseyside during the mid-season transfer window. "I want to stick around for the full season here," Stevenson told Dundee newspaper The Courier. "It doesn't matter how well I'm doing or how well I did last season. When I join a club, I commit to a full season. I almost try and forget about being a Liverpool player a little bit. I'm a Dundee United player, and that's my only concern." The Liverpool loanee has excelled in the Scottish Premiership once again this season and credits his education at Anfield for his high performance levels. "Where I've come from in the past couple of years, playing and training at Liverpool, I don't really fear playing against anybody," he explained. "When I'm training with the best in the world every day, it's natural to gain confidence. If I can get through an 11 vs 11 against Luis Diaz, I can get through an 11 v 11 playing against anybody in this league. The three I played against in the summer and throughout preseason would have been Diaz, Florian Wirtz, and Cody Gakpo, which is a decent range of players. People like to speak about the negatives of bringing in lads from the big academies, but I also think it does bring that inner belief. If you can control that, and make sure it's not an arrogance, and then that can be a big positive.